Please mind the gap between the train and the...
Whatever. Welcome to the Punkio podcast, the show that brings you unsigned punk music, regular interviews, news, reviews, and more. Thanks for tuning in and subscribing. Here are your hosts, Tim Marshall and Tom Hawkins.
Hi all, welcome to the Punkio podcast, episode 14. So we have a band called Few Too Many today, and my co-host Tom as well. So hi guys, how we doing?
Hey guys.
How's it going? All right? Loving life?
No.
Loving tier was a 6 currently.
Tier 6, yeah, tier 7. Give one more tier, you won't be able to look out the window.
Yeah, it's more like 1,000 at this point, I think.
Yeah, but load of rubbish. There we go. Anyway, guys, introduce yourselves for us.
So I'm Danny, and I play rhythm guitar, sing, and do a bit of writing.
Hi, I am Bobby, and I am the lead vocalist of A Few Too Many.
I'm Luke. I play bass. I do some vocals and some writing as well.
Yeah, nice to meet you all. So we don't have the drummer and lead guitarist on, unfortunately, but we can do that then. It's fine. the three good-looking ones in the band. Is that right? Is that how we've got on?
I mean, to be fair to him, the lead guitarist has a pretty good excuse for not being here. Drummer less so, but lead guitarist just had a baby, so. Right,
okay, congratulations to him.
Congratulations, yeah.
There we go, well.
Way to go, Tim. Already lost 3 viewers as it stands.
No, I'm not saying massive congratulations to him, and I hope it all goes well. I bet it's a very different kind of thing to have a baby during COVID. Let's hope he hasn't named the kid COVID or something like that. But there we go.
COVID 2021, you know?
Yeah, that's it. Well, it's not as bad as what's his name?
Elon Musk. I'm guessing.
Elon Musk. What is the name? I don't know.
It's like Archangel or something like that.
Yeah, it's weird. And then the reference to the SR-71 Blackbird, because it's their favorite aircraft.
That's it. Well, there you go. Tom, I'm going to let you start off with some questions first this today. So go.
So first of all, absolutely huge fan. Discovered you guys prior to me becoming a host on here when you guys released Someday, and immediately became hooked and started playing it repeatedly out of my car, to the annoyance of my neighbours, my mother, my brother, and everyone else in the general vicinity who probably wanted a change. But I was like, no, this is a fucking banger. So my first non-serious question of the day is, for you guys, what is A Few Too Many?
A Few Too Many is what happens when you decide to name your band after you've been out for the night and you've had a few too many.
Love it.
Well,
how many is a few too many? How many is a few too many then? Come on. What do you think?
As many as like to get to a point where you piss your pants. That's a few too many.
Oh dear. I'm glad I've never got to that stage. I tell you, I've done some things that I've never pissed my pants.
Oh, for me, that's like about 2.
Oh dear, weak bladder, eh?
No, I'm just a lightweight anyway. I have one,
Fair
and I'm
enough.
like, oh fucking bitch,
Oh,
Get him away from the bar. He's going to order half a pint and he's gone.
I know. There we go. You guys are from Cambridgeshire, aren't you?
Yeah.
Cambridge. So, I'm originally from Essex, so not too far away from you guys. Tom's over in
the southwest,
over in Swindon. The great place of Swindon.
We have a bus that goes from Oxford to Cambridge if I ever wanted to pop up and see you, but currently as it stands, that would mean going through about 15 different tiers.
Yeah. True. Well, no, we're all in one at the moment. So
of course, we're all in the next tier, which is lockdown tier.
I think in like 2 years' time, we're not going to name things by their actual names anymore, and it'll be like, oh, I'm just going to go to tier 5.2.
I'm going down to tier 4.
Yeah. Which tier is that? Oh, I'm in tier SE 5.1. Oh, right. You're going to formerly what was Essex/Waffit. Oh, great. Yeah, I'll see you there. Yeah, I'm only going off to tier W4.7.
That's it.
That's cool.
Like Hunger Games districts.
What was that?
Hunger Games districts.
Yes. Districts, it will be. Oh dear.
Did anyone else see that meme where it was like, tier 16 versus tier 37 to access tier 4 Aldi?
No.
I saw that and I was like, this is a beautiful meme, and it just had them from Hunger Games doing this, and I was like, this will be life in a year and a half. 2021's got a lot of expectations, but quite frankly, if we end up either in Mad Max or the Hunger Games, then I guess it's fulfilled one of them.
It will.
I mean, America started 2021 off pretty well, haven't they? So
wow, yeah. They sure have. I mean, did you see some of the costumes though? Wow.
Yeah.
Irony of being back in
saw-
the concerts.
I saw a meme like I think it was on like Monday or Tuesday where it was like it's quiet, too quiet, like going into 2021, and then that happens.
Yeah,
And
I know.
was like, oh
I know.
god.
Yeah, let's not be
Jesus.
too mean. Most of our fans are American, so
No.
sorry, guys.
The only meme that I thought was ever worth bringing up was the one where it was the guy wearing the Viking house had the face paint. And it was like when your mate spends all his COD points on new skins. And I was like, that's so relatable.
Definitely. There we go. Anyway, let's talk about a bit of music, shall we? Been a music podcast. Let's start talking about COVID now. Unless there's a band called COVID, you can talk about them, but I'm not aware of one. Okay, so starting with Danny, let's just go through your favorite bands at the moment, if they're different to your favorite bands all time.
I've got to say, mine have been pretty consistent throughout my life, and it's not going to come as a surprise to anyone really. So Blink-182, Sum 41, Newfound Glory. More recently, Seaway, State Champs definitely are up there as well, but also A Day to Remember, 4 Year Strong. Those would probably be like my top ones.
Nice. All right, Luke, how about yourself?
A real mixture, to be honest. So Funeral for a Friend, Slipknot, Bullet for My Valentine. Been listening to a lot of Goalkeeper lately.
They're really good, aren't they?
Band. Yeah,
Really good
love them.
band.
It's all sorts. I mean, I like anything from sort of, all-time low, you meet at 6 to Cannibal Corpse. So
Yeah. Wow.
That's a variety.
That is a variety and a half. There we go. How about yourself, Bobby?
I'd say I'm a little bit of a Seaway fanboy. I think that's where I'm at. I don't know. Like I seem to listen. I wouldn't really say I've got a favorite band at the moment at all. Really, I just like listen to a bit of everything, and I heavily kind of stay listening to underground pop punk mixes and masters and playlists all the time.
Yeah.
Like, if I just go heart everything that I love, and then there we go.
Yeah.
I just made myself a playlist.
Yeah,
Lots
yeah,
of
that's
bands-
it.
Lots of bands in the pop punk networking group, I should say. People who post their music in there. Some real
people
top
like Standing Like Statues and You Over Me and
Definitely. I must say it's a great group because as you saw my comment in your post earlier on, it's literally the 3 questions that are asked are fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah.
What do I listen to? And what are my red flags in the pop punk kids group? That's it.
That is it. That is the pop punk
literally
kids group.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
But I'm starting a band this year, I'll tell you, and I'm gonna call it Not Your Parents. And I'm gonna tag it in everything which says what do I listen to? just because why not? So, but
Why not?
yeah, just so frustrating.
What a band
it really
name.
annoys me.
What a
I
band
know,
name.
Not Your Parents. It's great, isn't it? But yeah. There we go.
When I was 14, I had a band called Stone because we played rock music. Like
Love it.
I was a huge nerd.
Genius.
I still am.
Genius. Well, one of my mates was in a band called Hooker Gut Pile.
I'm sorry, I'm still getting over rock over here. I'm still getting over Stone over. It's just slightly broken me.
We changed the name as well. We changed it to the Hats with a Z because we would wear hats on stage.
What?
It got worse.
You get worse from Stone.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Jesus Christ.
the only way
I
that
love
could be
that.
better, Rob, would be if you were playing stoner rock.
Yeah. Or if they
Oh gosh.
threw stones at you on stage.
This is the way we want people to greet us. Please lob pebbles at us.
Oh dear.
We're
There
signing
we
all
go.
our autographs on pebbles that we've collected from local beaches.
That's it. So how long have you guys been a band? Sorry, Bobby.
Oh yeah, carry on. Sorry. Yeah.
So we've been around since probably around sort of around 2009, but
Oh wow.
various kind of iterations of the band, and this lineup has only probably been in existence for the best part of, if it's not a year, it's 2. But I think Luke, you might be able to correct me on that. But I think that's around the same time we sort of found our core sound as well. It takes a while to to sort of evolve and find these things.
Definitely.
I find.
Yeah. Well, some of the older stuff. So I'm trying to think of the older track that I listened to. Lessons Learned.
Yeah.
Very different. So
Yeah.
is that different? Who's different in that?
So yeah, completely different lineup,
Yeah.
and obviously very different material in general. Like that was much more of a kind of, I would say, poppy kind of sound.
Yeah.
And obviously we've got progressively heavier as time's gone by. I will say you haven't seen anything yet, but yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait. So you're going down more of the 4 Year Strong kind of route, Day to Remember kind of stuff, do you reckon?
Wouldn't like to say too much, but
Okay.
you hear a sprinkle.
Okay.
Just say the next single that we release is going in that direction.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Have
Not
song
any
with them.
hints, of course.
Have you got a release date or not really yet? Just in the future?
It's in the works. We don't want to drop too much at the moment.
That's fine.
And then I just go and release the date, you know. I'll just like,
Yeah.
Don't want to drop anything at all, and he's secretly holding up a sign. It's tomorrow.
We're sending you the track over Facebook.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Leak
it.
your own music.
It's on
Oh, dear.
TikTok.
We've already dropped the EP, lads.
That's it. Brilliant. Okay, I'll tell you what. We're going to play your latest track, which is Sunday now. So, yeah, epic track. As I say, I think it's one of Tom's favourite tracks at the moment.
Honestly, to be super honest, as soon as I heard it, I fell in love. It is, I think, as many people have described it, if you want to go back to the core roots of like core crux and core roots of what is pop punk and what makes you get up and like feel really nostalgic. My favorite word. I need to get on a t-shirt. It's nostalgic and good. It is this track. It's got everything that I want in it, and it's super catchy. So that's why it stays with me. And so full credit to you guys for creating such a banger, really.
Really
Definitely. You're welcome. Here we go. So Someday by A Few Too Many. Here we go. Enjoy.
Let but we're not getting better. So farewell forever, lips that lie ain't worth my time. You're in the past, so stay behind.
So yeah, I'm loving that track. I was trying to think while it was on who you kind of sound like. Then I thought of a band and I thought, actually, that band is a few too many. That's who it sounds like. I was literally thinking of a track. I'm thinking of Someday. There's a bit in it, which I was like, no, still can't. But obviously it's very Tom's favourite word, nostalgic. You've got that kind of old school 2000s vibe, which is awesome. I mean, that's me down to the T. Newer stuff, yes, I like it, but you can't beat the early 2000s music. It's just unbelievably amazing. So yeah.
What I absolutely love about this, and I was saying this to a couple of the guys I live with, is that it kind of fits into that what are catchy, well-known pop punk songs. I think of like Ocean's Avenue, I think of things like I Miss You, Sum 41, In Too Deep, and it kind of fits that really catchy vibe. And as I was chatting to my one of my housemates, I was going, in fairness, it's you guys and another band called With Confidence that I've got it for. If I needed to explain to someone what pop punk was as a genre, I could go, listen to Someday by A Few Too Many, or listen to Voldemort by With Confidence.
Yeah.
It's both of equally fantastic. I personally, though, I love the fact that Voldemort is just so on paper and then played out as a, hey, you know what? This is what pop punk should be. It's this, and this. And then you need to have a break in there with vocals, and then you need to play it out with some acoustics, and then you need to get the crowd back in again, and then it's all fine. And you guys do it slightly differently, but it's equally as beautiful and makes me once again fall in love with pop punk. Even, it's just fantastic. So credit where credit's you guys. Thank you so much for an absolute banger.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So where was the influence behind that song then?
There wasn't really one, I don't think. I mean, the song, we were demoing another track. There was myself, Jez, and Mitch, our lead guitarist and drummer. We were just waiting for a file to save on the demo that we were recording. And Mitch is just messing around with the guitar and starts playing what ended up being the lead riff.
Really?
And I think we wrote the original version of the song. We wrote in about 20 minutes. Like just
I
in
will
terms
say
of
the lyrics obviously came
lyrics
from
were
like a really positive place.
Yeah.
It had obviously been a really shitty year. And we wanted to put something out there that was really uplifting and that was going to kind of turn everything on its head.
Yeah. So who was the lyrics? Was that yourself, Danny, or was it an influence of all?
Bit of a mixture. When we used to write, it used to be predominantly me and Jez who used to write like old material. And as time's gone by, we've brought everybody into the mix. And now when we write all five of us.
That's amazing. To say there's not many bands that do that, as far as I'm aware. I mean, when I was in a band when I was younger, it was predominantly me / guitarist on some songs, but that's really cool. I like that you've got kind of the teamwork. Seems like you guys will fit for a bit longer then, hopefully, if you're all.
Certainly hope so.
That.
I mean, I think the thing with writing on your own or writing in a vacuum is that then when you bring things, into the band space and then you try and convert it into like a full band song, it can often be quite difficult to convey the vision that you have and the sound that you have in your head to, to four other people. Whereas when you're writing it all together and you're all in the same room and you're working on something, then you can all sort of collectively hear kind of what the finished product's going to be like.
Definitely.
I feel as well that you can have it. I feel like it's a good idea as well for bands for members to write songs and then pass it over to someone else to like clean it up as well. Like let most of you write it and then pass it over to the other member to be like, look, where does this need tidying up?
Yeah.
Personally, that's what I did when I joined the band officially back in September 2019.
Yeah.
And some of the songs had already been written and stuff, and I came in and just wanted to clean it up to make sure the songs made a little bit more sense, but also had that pop punk vibe. But like put my stamp on it as well.
Yeah.
So like I can't suggest more to other bands. Just like let someone else who hasn't write the song, like look at it and clean it, sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
don't be afraid to be honest. I mean, I think it's safe to say that, you know, not just when we're writing, but generally, there are no feelings spared when we're doing things. You know, if someone doesn't like something, it's said, and usually rather bluntly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But then there's a constructive sort of discussion as to, okay, how do we make this better? What can we improve on? What needs to change? And okay, even, you know, not everyone's going to agree with the finished product, but as long as there's sort of a consensus of that you can agree on, then it helps everyone. And at the end of the day, we've all got the band's sort of interests at
of course.
heart. So
I think at the end of the day as well, it's all about, if you guys enjoy the music at the end of the day, then your fans will. Let's be honest. If you're going to fans like us who love pop punk, then we're going to love the track. And I hope you guys listen to your own music and think, damn, this is so good. Because I think you should as a band. I still listen to my track, which I recorded over 16 years ago now. So
yeah, I mean, I think definitely for us, the thing is, like, I do, like, when I listen to the new releases, and then I'll go back and I'll listen to like much older stuff. And for me, it's always about having the next release is a progression from the last one,
evolving.
And like I do, like, you know, obviously not to blow our own trumpet at all, but I do feel like we've managed to achieve that, and that's something that I'm, like, obviously really happy with, because that's kind of where we want to be, is that every new release we put out, we want to sort of improve upon the last thing that we did.
Definitely,
with the new track with Someday, then did you guys expect it to get the kind of traction?
No. In a word, no.
I mean, we're expecting it to do as well as Hayes did, really, or, you know, a little bit better after what happened with Hayes. You know, Hayes had, you know, it had a good strong start, but we didn't really tease it at all for any time. We just literally said, tomorrow is a new single, let's do it. You know, we put a little bit more effort into Someday in that respect with the release, but then not to what it did necessarily, you know.
We weren't expecting that, you know, that it was going to appear on Rock Sound, that alternative press.
That was crazy. Like to see you guys on there, and then it's just I'm reading an article on Rock Sound. And I was like, holy moly!
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah,
well, great.
Really
I
good.
think at one point it was
done,
on the continent as well. You guys were charting on something or on a radio show in France or something like that. Was it?
I know we were in Ireland, I think.
We had one in France. I think we had Adobe Radio in the US as well.
Nice.
Wow.
Did you look at some of the Spotify stats of the places? I mean, like, there's places like Chile, and you know, Venezuela. Who on earth is listening to A Few Too Many in Venezuela?
I'd like to apologise for breaching the lockdown restrictions now. I may have gone on a slightly weird road trip that ended up in the South America regions. Do not. In hindsight, I will admit, I don't know how I got there. You know, if you've ever seen American Dad, where Roger just has something and then goes on a blur and ends up on a beach, that's literally what happened. But congratulations for, you know, I just thought, you know, I'd get prepped for the podcast and all that, give you guys a few weird lessons and places to talk about.
Is that where the drummer is?
Seriously.
Is that where the drummer is, maybe, in South America? He's playing it. Go like this to everyone. Listen. Listen.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh dear.
It's going around Heathrow Airport, just holding up a sign going, listen to Few Too Many, and like, or like a car going past every one of the planes. And just
That's it.
This song.
Oh dear. There we go. All right. Well, how is it usually the music that comes first then?
In terms of what?
Like in terms of music and lyrics?
It varies, doesn't it?
Yeah, it tends to vary. Sometimes you know, we'll have we'll have the music down first, and then we'll go away and sort of like think about what lyrics will fit over the top. For me personally, I write a lot of lyrics in my spare time, and then obviously like I'll bring those to the guys, and I didn't have any music to go with them, and then sometimes we have certain demos that will fit them, sometimes we don't, sometimes you'll just take like a little paragraph out of it and use that. So it's a bit of a variation, really, I think.
Do you guys do the classic thing of you have like a demo thing and you're just like, I need something to fill this in.
We have done that, yes.
I need something
Random
that goes
solo.
in this bit, and I can't work out the words.
Yeah.
So if we go here, okay, we'll escalate from to the burr. We can certainly add a vowel in at some point if we need to. I've seen a couple of bands do that.
It's like metalcore.
That's a whole verse in metalcore.
Yeah.
Not to offend anyone
Literally.
who's a metalcore, but it's blah, and like that,
Yeah.
that's a burst right there. That's a banger what you
Well,
do right there, mate.
We
That's it.
drove our lead guitarist Jez mad one time because me and Luke were over at his house and he'd demoed out a song from, if you've listened to Solid Ground, we had a track on there called Ghosts, and he'd like fully demoed it out, had it all prepared and everything. And then he was nipping out. I can't remember what it was for.
Haircut or something, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
getting a haircut or
Like,
something.
just go and write a bridge, guys. Just go and write a bridge. That's
Just
all we
right, yeah. Just literally, just need a break. Well, we rewrote pretty much the entire song.
Brilliant. While he's having a haircut. I love it.
Come back, I'll just write a bridge thing. Yeah, about that. We've renamed the whole
Yeah,
song.
listen.
It's no longer about any of what we're about. For some reason, it's now a breakup song. I know originally it was a happy song. We've gone for sad in this one now. It's no longer about us. We think this is actually better performed by All Time Low. So we're going to try and do it like an All Time Low voice. And I know we said that we needed this certain beats per minute, but we've really upped the tempo. We really wanted to challenge ourselves with this, but we still haven't come up with a bridge yet. So apologies about that.
The problem was we did come up with a bridge, but then it didn't
Oh.
fit the rest of the song. So we were like, right, well, let's fit the whole song
dear.
around this bridge, and that's what we did.
Brilliant.
Comes back and is like,
Thankfully,
wow, I love this haircut. And equally, just that I've got this bridge, but now the lyrics in the bin. All right, so
He was like,
Won't
"What
be the
fuck
first to
have you
say
done?"
that this is why we don't let him write as many songs anymore.
Oh dear. Brilliant.
Thankfully, the
you were
lead
gonna
guitar
say
part still fitted over the top.
oh right.
Yeah.
We've wrote it in the same key. But everything else just
Brilliant. I love that. I tell you what, I'm going to do a totally random question. What's your favourite pizza topping?
Don't ask
Pepperoni.
Danny. Don't ask Danny. Don't ask Danny.
Pepperoni. Look, I have a pizza cushion in the background. That's got the answer on it.
That's amazing.
Why did
Go on.
you have to ask that? He is literally the pizza boy. He eats pizza all the time. Like, he has a pizza Komodo that he wore at his birthday party.
Komodo. Don't you mean
Kimono?
kimono?
Yeah.
But I think Komodo's
He's
a
got a
lizard.
fucking dragon.
Yeah, I have
Komodo's a
It's just
dragon.
like,
Made
hi
out
guys, guess what I've
pizza.
brought with me? It's my pizza Komodo. Fuck! Ah!
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, let me
The
just
fuck
throw
did
it
you
in the
get
pool.
that
Why
from?
not?
Oh, dear.
Your
Hilarious.
Spotify must have got well weird getting that. It's like for some reason Venezuela and now the island of Komodo.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Well, I had on, what podcast was it? Autumn Fires. So you know them guys, I think. One of the guys on there, he talked for about 5 minutes about pizza. Literally. It's like, how are you doing this? It's but
Pizza is a staple meal. As in, we've
That's
even
it.
got it as part of the logo of here, really.
true,
We
very
can't-
true.
I
Yeah.
mean, we can't insult anyone for like bringing
Oh,
up
no.
pizza and
I
yet and then
love
have
pizza.
pizza
They
in our
want-
logo.
If they want to talk about pizza for a whole hour, by all means do so. I don't mind. But
Are
yeah,
you even a pop punk band if you don't eat pizza?
no, probably
not.
not. No, there you go. Come on then. Luke, how about yourself? What's your favourite topping?
I'm also a pepperoni guy. Rather
Okay.
boring, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good stuff.
Bobby,
Spice?
have you got anything more interesting?
Meat feast.
Yes, a meat feast
All
or a
the meat.
Meteora from Domino's.
Mm.
Oh, the meatier the better. So yeah, definitely.
I
But no, I do.
just walk into Domino's and say, I just want meat.
Yes, just give me meat. All the meat you have.
Can I get
Oh.
that with extra meat, please?
I don't know what kind of toppings you guys are into, but that sounds dodgy.
I mean, well, thank you for assuming that my dodgy love of Meat Feast pizza is dodgy, Danny. I'm a Texas
welcome.
barbecue kind of guy. I love my barbecue base, a little bit of chicken on there, a little bit of pepperoni and sprinkle of that pepper on there, and then immediately cover it with the garlic sauce from Domino's.
Exactly the same.
because-
Exactly the same, Tom.
But come on, Danny. He's not going to say, oh, my favorite topping is dust. You know.
Or pineapple.
Pineapple and
dust,
ham.
a bit of
Ham and
dust, Danny, a
pineapple.
bit of dust. All right.
Dust.
Oh
Yeah.
dear. Yeah.
Bit of dust. It'll help me lose weight. It will help me lose weight. Bit of dust on top of my pizza.
That's it. Yeah. Cake, anybody? Cake? No.
Cake? No, it's dust. It's dust. Pop punk and dust for me.
Oh, brilliant.
I think I've asked this to most people that I've been on the podcast with, but
Please don't say MGK.
I am going to say MGK.
Fuck's sake, Tom.
What is
Oh,
everyone's opinion of Machine Gun Kelly?
Don't ask Luke.
Actually, Luke, you can start.
Luke, start. Go on, tell me.
Come on,
I
Luke.
have to say I'm not a fan.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, moving on from Luke.
Brilliant. I love that. Oh, I'm getting up. I'm taking the top off. Not my t-shirt.
Oh, all right, okay.
Just the hoodie. I'm all right.
Yeah, Machine Gun Kelly, and that's it.
I know, like, woo!
Let me say what I think about Machine Gun Kelly.
Go on.
Okay. I think the dude is a fucking genius. Okay. He's combined two worlds that barely knew each other of genres into one. And now I'm listening to like grime and like hip hop and stuff like that, which I wouldn't really have before because of him. But then people from that side I've seen have also been now listening to pop punk.
Luke
Yeah.
is not worried about where our next album is going.
Yeah. Featuring Stormzy.
Smack
Meanwhile,
your
on the
pizza
black
up.
box, we have a few too many appearing. Next, it's going to be Dave, and after that, Dizzy Rascal, followed by
Fire in the
Autumn
booth.
Low.
We've got a few too many. Yeah. Brilliant.
But on a serious note, though, I've got to agree with that, because when I was growing up, like gateway bands like Busted and McFly led me to then find out about like Blink-182 and Sum 41.
Yeah,
And I think that he's doing that for the generation, for the new
100%.
generations now. And that's
Yeah.
what we need. Like, we don't need to sort of gatekeep the genre, because if we do that, it's going to die out. And, we won't have new fans getting into it and discovering the older bands. So,
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I totally agree as well. Sorry, Luke, but I do.
I know.
And I think,
Losing battle.
yeah, I think, yeah, he's definitely helping the genre. I mean, he's been massive in the UK. And yeah, as you say, the kind of the kind of fans that used to listen to him as a rapper and now listen to him as a pop punk artist, and they're like, actually, I like this. And then they're like, oh, let's listen to a few too many as well, and all these other bands. And yeah, exactly. There. So I mean,
yeah, I mentioned
genius,
it a few.
yeah.
I mentioned it a few
Few
times.
times.
A few times. Well, more than a few times. I big it up so much because it's the only album of 2020 where I've listened to it from front to back again and again, and I genuinely cannot fault it. It's people describe that kind of cookie cutter. Yeah, it's feel good and it's a love letter to pop punk. For me, it drives up everything that I love. If I wanted to scream around my room as such, listening to songs, it's going to be that. I'm now defaulting going back to songs like Drunk Face, which it's a little bit of a sad song from that album, but it's really, really good. And then you've got people like Youngblood that are defining a whole new genre where they just don't sit in one genre. They'll just go, screw it, I'm going to be Mick Jagger or be that David Bowie, Mick Jagger kind of figure, and then brings out a song like Mars, which for me, it actually brought tears to my eyes. It was such a moving track, and his voice is absolutely fantastic.
I was just about to bring up Youngblood, actually.
Yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts on him?
Love him. I was also about to say I'm about to really upset Luke, and the similar band doing the same thing is Bring Me the Horizon.
I love them.
They used
I
to be
love
good.
them. No, I'm sorry, but now they're good. Now they're good. I like. Well, I can't say I liked them because I didn't. That was more deathcore, I think, personally. But now they've gone more of the metalcore, more of the kind of tuneful screaming. If you want to say that.
When Obey dropped, I jammed that for a week straight.
Yeah, definitely. I was the same. Yeah, and
I
go
feel
on.
like I liked them before, and I've liked them how they are now.
Same.
My favorite album though is That's the Spirit, because it was their transition between like going from not very commercial to very commercial. But then I love with the new EP that they released with I can't remember what it's called.
Posthuman survival something.
Yeah, I think it's like Posthuman
survival horror, isn't it?
Yeah, or survival horror or something.
Where it combines it again, and it's just like, okay, so you're doing like what is in the in the scene right now with like Machine Gun Kelly and Youngblood and everyone else, Black Bear and stuff like that, where it's like you're combining everything. Then the whole audience listen.
Definitely.
It's honestly, I've got so much love for That's the Spirit. It's another one of those albums which it just wins you over for different reasons. Tim sent me in the week the Royal Albert Hall live version, and
have you heard it?
Insane. Drown is still one of the songs that still hits a nerve.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite song. I mean, I love Can You Feel My Heart? I just love the energy that brings, and I love a lot of the songs from That's the Spirit. And for me, though, Drown's just the pinnacle of why I love them. It's something that captivates you, and it builds on the emotion, and it gets you going. And when it finally drops from that bridge, and it just you hear the roar, it's just like I want to experience that live. If I wasn't a fan of them at the time, and this is the first song I hear, I now want to experience that feeling of feeling a whole crowd's energy as they just, I can't do this on my own, and just screaming out this chorus.
Well, True Friends as well was a huge anthem. Like, that's just a song that, if there was loads of stuff in the room, you just want to smash it all up. It's like such a energy filled anthem.
Yeah, definitely. Well, to be honest, I am a fan now of Sempiternal.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah.
So after listening to their newer stuff now, I never liked their older stuff before, and now listening to their newer stuff, and I think I listened to Sempiternal. I think actually this album's damn good. Anything before that, I like it now. I wouldn't say I love it like the newer stuff. I mean, to me, I think they've kind of found their sound. So I don't know. Sorry, Luke.
I mean, for me, like There Is a Hell is probably my favourite album because I think it's the one that's got the strongest singles on it. There's a couple of the tracks that are a little bit sort of so-so, but for me, that era of the band was the ones that I enjoyed. And like tracks like Alligator Blood, for example. I mean, like live, especially when they had Jonah Weinhofen in the band, because vocally he was fantastic and sort of almost carried them. Some of the riffs that him and I think Lee came up with just hit really hard. And the live, I think one of the last times I saw them was the Wembley DVD show. And I think that was just after Jonah had left and they had Jordan come in. But that was a crazy.
Nice. All right. So jumping on to the next question. So I'm trying to think of, what's your favourite gig you've been to yourselves then?
Me, I'm gonna say, and I suppose it doesn't really count as a gig, but Slam Dunk Festival last year, and seeing All Time Low's set at Slam Dunk was just insane. When they played Getaway Green for the first time, that was just enormous because it heralds back to the Nothing Personal era, and obviously they've gone away from that on Last Young Renegades. So then to like hear them returning to that sound, I know,
I'm so glad they did. I really am. For me, Nothing Personal was personal for me. So so really enjoyed it. Yeah, there you go. All right, Bobby, how about yourself?
I'm gonna go with because I'm originally from Milton Keynes, and I went to see Foo Fighters at the Milton Keynes Bowl. I can't remember the year. I think it was 2013 or something. And I know it's a long time ago, but basically when I saw that, I was like, because the way I look at it is that I feel that in myself, I can sing, but I am more of an entertainer than a singer. And I feel like that's what Dave Grohl is. He's an entertainer. Like, he's a good drummer. He's a guitarist. He's an amazing singer. But like, he's an entertainer.
100%.
He captivates the crowd. And that's what I see in myself. I'm more like, want to make sure that the crowd's having a good time and also have a few jokes in there as well,
Well, I can't wait to see you guys live. So me and Tom I'm sure we'll go to a few gigs together when we're allowed. So we'll definitely come see you guys. But I saw Foo Fighters, was it V Festival? God knows when, 2004, 2003, 2004, something like that. So a long, long time ago. But annoyingly, I wasn't really into them then. But then I heard him, I was thinking, fuck, this is damn good. What is this? And then looked, I was like, shit, it's Dave Grohl. I'm like, this is Foo Fighters. So I got a bit further to the front. I was like, this is so good. And that kind of triggered my love for them, really. that gig. How about you, Luke? What about yourself?
So for me, so I'm a massive Funeral for a Friend fan, and when they broke up originally, they played 2 nights at the Forum in London.
Oh yeah.
First night they played Hours in full, and a load of B-sides. The second night was Casually Dressed and Deep in Conversation. I'm pretty sure Creeper as well opened one of the shows, but the atmosphere, the music was just incredible, and topped off as well. The second night, I think the Saturday, was the FA Cup final. So I was stood in between support bands on the barrier watching the Man United Crystal Palace game on my phone. Won the FA Cup.
What a match!
Oh dear. This isn't a football podcast. I don't like football, so we're not talking about it.
I'm going to turn into Tom Davies now and start talking about Al Lampard's not doing well at Chelsea.
Please
some
don't.
of the other things.
If you want to go off and talk about football, you can go to another Zoom.
Yeah. Honestly,
There you go.
Create a breakout area now, and we'll just go and chat about some football.
me and Rob are the 2 in the band who don't follow football at all. So when the other 3 start talking about that,
Thank you. 3 against 2.
Yeah, but
Just
I feel like
reference
I
the
go
IT
talk about-
crowd there.
I feel like I go talk about video games and then I leave Danny behind.
Oh dear.
It's all
There
right,
we go.
Danny. It's all right. It's going to be okay. Just
All
need to
right.
remember, as IT crowd put it, it's just, it's all about the Arsenal. They just try and walk it in. That's the only thing you've got to remember. It's just
exactly.
Oh dear. There we
damn
go.
Arsenal always try and walk it in.
I just remembered that.
Same. Genius.
What are you talking about?
I love Richard Iodi. He's just hilarious.
So good, so good.
It really is.
I guess before we jump onto your next song, I really want to gauge from you guys, is there a song that you would say defines your love for the genre, or a particular song that you absolutely can't get enough of and has a particularly strong meaning to?
Silence.
Deep in thought.
Yes.
Yeah, good question.
I'm going to put
Can
thought
you play-
bubbles on our on the edit.
Can you play the song and then we'll think?
Yeah.
Cool.
do that.
Sounds good. We can do that. So I'm going to play Haze for the next track. If that's all right with you guys, or do you want to play Stay the Night? What do we want?
I'll play Stay the Night and then end on Haze, actually. I think.
Sounds good. We'll do
The
that.
old
Cool.
stuff then.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So Stay the Night by A Few Too Many. Enjoy.
Teasing when we let me in. Your body moves, send me into a spin. Your sentence sounds you wanna be mine, and I want you to stay the night. I started slow, now we're getting fast. Both just need this moment to last. A one night stand or a bed takes fast, 'cause I want you to stay the night. I saw you standing by my bedroom door. Lights up down, I'm ready to score. You always say that you want it more, so I want you to stay the night. A funny thing, the way love is. Attraction's either a hit or miss. My sights are set, I'm ready for this, so I want you to stay the night. A subtle smile, you like my style. The feeling that I'll be waiting a while. Tell me lies with your bedroom eyes, 'cause I want you to stay the night. Take a leap, just roll the dice. Are you naughty, am I just nice? Should we just turn off the lights, 'cause I want you to stay the night. I saw you standing by my bedroom door. Lights are down, I'm ready to score. You always say that you want it more, so I want you to stay the night. A funny thing, the way love is. Attraction's either a hit or miss. My sights are set, I'm ready for this, so I want you to stay the night. I saw you standing by my bedroom door. Lights are down, I'm ready to score. You always say that you want it more, so I want you to stay the night. A
Loving that track. So for me, definitely hearing the kind of newfound glory vibe there. And yeah, Blink, all those nostalgia.
Nicking my words.
Sorry, you could say Defo 100%. I say them two all the time.
Yeah, Tim, definitely 100%. I definitely defo heard Newfound Glory.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, 100% agree. So there you go, I was saying 100% already. But yeah, how about your thoughts on that, Tom?
I love it. It calls back to real roots. I know this was quite an early, you guys were mentioning in the kind of interlude, it was quite, it's quite early on in the life of you guys, but I still like it. It still sound, as you guys have mentioned, it's all about that progression, right? And that's still, for me, I can go, that is you guys. That's not another band. That is you guys. And I love the fact that I now listen to Someday and still hear parts of that. And also when we listen to Haze, I still hear parts of like Haze and how that's now progressed into where you guys are. So it definitely rings true. You have an identity, which Tim mentioned earlier. It was like, I can't think of a band. I do. Oh, wait, it's you.
That's it. It definitely was. It was really weird. I was like, yeah, there we go. Anyway, right. So we chatted throughout the track to see what our bands are that mean pop punk to us. And then we're going to do another random genre. So let's start with Luke. Go on. What we got?
So I'm going to go with Busted, What I Go to School For, because it was...
Yes.
It was... Wow. I think the Busted were like the first band that I think that I sort of discovered on my own when I was a kid. And it was the song that made me want to start playing guitar.
Nice.
And that kind of kick-started everything for me. I mean, I listened to like some stuff like, you know, Guns N' Roses, Deep Purple, all that sort of stuff. But like Busted, What I Go to School For was kind of like the start for everything for me.
Well, I saw them live last year. Not last year. Sorry, not 2020, 2019. Yeah, oh, wow. It was so good. I was like, this is epic. So, yeah, it was a really weird gig. It was Busted. Who was it?
McFly, I'm guessing, as well?
No, it wasn't. It was really random. So it was Busted, Scouting for Girls, and Professor Green.
Wow, that's a mix.
Yeah, it was at the De Montfort Hall Gardens in Leicester. Wow. Yeah, it was very weird, but it was awesome. Anyway, there we go. How about a random one, or was that your random one?
So for my random one, I'm gonna go. So Bullet for My Valentine, Tears Don't Fall, because that was sort of the song that really got me into heavier music, and through them I got into stuff like Trivium, Atreyu, Parkway Drive, and sort of that golden era of metalcore, and then into sort of progressively heavier stuff like, you know, the death metal and hardcore and whatnot. So
there we go. Go on then. Who's next? Who's going to jump on quick?
I will.
Go on then.
So for me, definitive song in pop punk is Weightless by All Time Low, and the music video that goes with it as well. That was one of the ones that I watched, and I was just like, that is awesome. That's what being in a band is all about. And just the song like really resonated with me. And for my random choice, I'm going to go with the McFly song, because they were, as I say, a gateway band for me that helped me discover pop punk. And the song that most resonated with me from them was Stargirl.
Love it. Yeah, really good. I love McFly as well. Damn good band. Bobby, go on then. And then we'll finish with me and Tom.
Okay, so I kind of thought about it a little bit more, and I kind of thought really to like the songs that I can't really put down. Like the songs that as soon as I started listening to them, I can't put them down ever again. And that I play them like every day.
Yeah.
So for me with pop punk, it has to go to Trash Bro with String Quarry.
Such an amazing band. I love them so much.
They're absolutely insanely good. And as soon as I heard that song, I just fell in love with that band and fell in love with what they were about, the message they were trying to convey. Just that is on. I listen to that song every day, and I use that as like, if I'm going to show a band what pop punk is, I will show them that song.
Yeah,
like it just screams pop punk.
Definitely does. Yeah, I agree with that.
For my random one, I still kind of kept in like the realms of pop punk, but they have moved a little bit further away from pop punk, and I say that's Basement with Disconnect.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know, like some people have heard of them, some people haven't heard of them.
Yeah, no, good band.
Basement still really good. They started out as hugely pop punk, and then they moved a little bit more into kind of like rock and like harder rock sort of thing. Disconnect though, it's just one of those songs that it came around in my life at the right time. Like it came around where I was kind of like giving up on like music in a way. I was giving up on like basically it was just before I joined A Few Too Many. I had split up with my old band. I had cancelled it. We'd been going for like 5 or 6 years, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do next, sort of thing. And I didn't know if I was going to do music or whatever. And then I discovered Basement with Disconnect, and it was just like, yeah, like
just fell in love with it again.
This is awesome. This is what I like doing.
Yeah, defo. There we go. All right, Tom, come on then. What we got?
I changed it 3 times as you guys were talking. This is the issue I've got.
Oh, I've got 2. I can't think of one.
I've got so it's so difficult to put it down to one, and I appreciate you guys doing that. And I'm torn between a couple. If I was going to say, right, this is what brought me into the genre, it was Sum 41, right? It was Sum 41 with In Too Deep, because I just love that music video. It was everything. That was awesome. Yeah. Just a guy coming out of a swimming pool playing freaking guitar, and you're like, this is what I absolutely love.
I remember my cousin saying, how does he do that? He was so young. Like, how does he play guitar underwater? He doesn't, really, though.
he doesn't. Don't worry.
Yeah. Don't worry. He destroyed that guitar. You know.
It was all dubbed over. and it kind of, that was at a point in my life where I was going through a weird thing, and then I jumped from In Too Deep to With Me, and With Me was the kind of first part of this. I almost describe it when I talk to my friends, I hit a massive rut, and I never really recovered for years and years up until recently. And that was With Me, Pieces, and then that kind of ended up being Breaking Benjamin and all these kind of stuff. But then I look more recently and I go, right, so it's tossed between these two, and it's with Confidence and Voldemort. I fucking love that song. And it's actually, I can't say the name right, I got it wrong. Is it Wister? How you say I don't
know, what is it? Waster or Wester?
Waster?
Yeah.
Waster with Filthy.
Waster. Yeah.
Filthy by Waster is an absolute tune.
It's epic.
It's just orgasms.
It's so good.
Have you seen them play that song live?
No, and I missed out on tickets. I missed out on tickets, and I was going to go and see them. When they were playing, they were going to be playing at Coventry's Casbah Club in the indie area. And I was at uni, and I was going, I really want to go and see them, but I only knew one song from them, which was See You in Hell, which all sounded to me a little bit like it had the backing track of We're Going on a Summer Holiday. I was a little bit like, I'm not 100% into this band, and I'm a uni student, so I need to save £9 on buying booze and milk. In that order of priority, so I didn't go and see it, and then Spotify suggested Filthy, and then I was playing it in the car, and the drop, as you mentioned, it orgasm straight off, and I was like, I'm in love with this song right now.
It's unbelievable.
I've got to say, so I saw them on the tour that they did in Milton Keynes, and I went with a couple of friends, and we rocked up, and we were like, we're the oldest people here.
Really?
Like, all the fans were like 15, 16, sort of thing. Their dads were in the back. What? It was like, and we're like, yeah, let's like go see Waster, and we were loving it. And then these kids like freaking took off in like Walls of Deaths and shit. And I'm like, it's a pop punk band. Like,
Jesus.
Calm down.
Relax.
But then they played Filthy, and it was just like, it was a bop. Everyone was going up and down. It's. I would say after Foo Fighters, that was like one of my favorite gigs. Definitely.
I can imagine. It's now on my list to go and see, because I just want to be in the crowd when they drop Cry Your Filthy Heart and just feel that energy and be like, oh my god, this is fucking euphoric.
Cry your filthy heart out. That's go away.
It's so good.
So catchy.
It
Yeah,
is.
definitely.
And
Go on
then
Tom,
coming
random.
away from that, I've got two, but for two completely different reasons. I've got a really lovely close relationship with my mum, and the reason I love this song, which is by a lady called Dido, who is in Stan.
I've heard of that.
I love Sand in My Shoes. It's from a Life for Rent album, which was the album I bought for my mother when I was little, and then I actually loved it more. And
I like
Sand
White Flag. That was
White Flag, Life for Rent, Stoned. I never knew what Stoned was up until recently. That was a bit of a wake up call where I'm like, wow, I'm singing this song about Stoned, and it's about goodness gracious. Oh God, and I was singing this when I was how old? Oh God. And the other one, because I've got a really close friend of mine, James, who I'm fortunate enough to be his best man at his upcoming wedding. He introduced me to a guy called Eden. Eden is a kind of pop altcore EDM, if you haven't heard of it, and rock and roll. To see him perform rock and roll live, and we went to Birmingham to watch it, and then more recently, before COVID was a thing, we went to go and see it in London as well. And it's one of the most moving songs to be there, because everyone who kind of goes to see Eden has their own journey. It's similar with a lot of music, but there was just all these people there that when you hear them talking to the guy, you saved my life. You literally saved my life. Your music is taking me on a journey. And it's his most popular song. And it was part of an EP called I Think You Think Too Much of Me. And the first 4 songs, I believe, are called Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll. And so it's an amazing way of doing an EP, in my opinion. But Rock and Roll sticks true because it's got some great lyrics. It's a really nice backing track, and overall it really hits home. And it's one of those songs you can listen to again and again and again.
Yeah.
A lot of self-discovery. So apologies for rambling on there, but that's my kind of
You always ramble on, Tom. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. This is why I'm on the podcast.
Exactly,
This is why it takes an hour and a half to get through one.
I know. That's it. All right,
I would go into a Dido story, but that's for another day.
You know what? Let's do that after Tim. I want to hear this Dido story.
Okay, right. So for me, again, I've got 2. I did have 3, but I've taken one off. So the first one is Anthem by Good Charlotte. They were my band that got me into pop punk, and I've seen them 7 times. I like them, as you can tell.
Yeah.
So
just a little bit there, Tim. Yeah, just a little
unbelievable band. Love the new stuff as well. It's epic.
Did you catch them at Slam Dunk last year?
I didn't know. I have never been to a Slam Dunk. I really want to go to one. So hopefully next year.
What?
This year. I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
2021, mate. We'll go. I've got my tickets. Let's get yours sorted.
Oh shit. Okay. Let's hurry up. Here we go. Then the next one is Green Day, and just the whole Dookie album. To be honest, I can't pick a track from that. It's just pop punk. I'm sorry, but there's not much more pop punk than Dookie. It's just unbelievable. And then again, I've got 2 randoms. One being, again, with my mum, actually, band that we love together is Lighthouse Family. And my track there is Lifted. Absolutely love the tracks, love all their albums, to be honest. And I can't remember his name. Tunde Bayawu or something like that is what his name is. His solo stuff's amazing as well. And also Goo Goo Dolls and Black Balloon. Just unbelievable music. I love Goo Goo Dolls.
So good. They're so good.
Again, love to see them live, but haven't yet.
Iris, I think, is the song that everyone kind of knows. And I heard a Breaking Benjamin cover recently of that, and that was really freaking good.
Yeah.
That rings true, man. That just so many emotions go through when you listen to that song.
Definitely. Yeah.
Oh, Breaking Benjamin. Stuff they put out over the years. I love them.
I think Diary of Jane has got to be the introduction for me. I mean, a lot of people say it's either Linkin Park, right? It was always the weird thing with YouTube where someone's got a weird video and then they've dubbed it with some metal music. Yeah. Diary of Jane was mine, and then I had to look at the video and I was like, I think this is how I've become. This is emo now. I'm an emo. It's just 13 years old me going, I'm emo now. This is emo. This is who I am.
That's it. Defo. Come on, then. Do we want to hear this Dido story, or is it too long?
I think I've never actually told many people this story, so here we go.
Come on in.
Okay, I wanted to cast your mind back to the early years of my life of 10 to 12 or something.
Which was what years? I need to picture it. Come on. I'm probably a lot
I don't
older,
know.
so
I don't know what the year was. I think it was the year after that SingStar came out because it had to do with SingStar.
okay.
I'm going to say that's
Um,
about 2002, 2004,
Yeah,
maybe.
around
Something
that.
like
So I was 14. There you go.
And I was
it.
like I was a youngster, obviously. And at school they had like a SingStar competition, and everyone knew me as like being someone who liked to sing. So they're like, "Oh, Rob, you should do it." And I was like, "Yeah, I should do it. I should sing Scissor Sisters," because
Love it.
I was not into punk at the time. I was just into like, Scissor Sisters. Nothing wrong with Scissor Sisters.
I'm looking at Danny right now, and Danny's like, we've just lost our image completely here.
So the thing is, it conspires that I get into the final, okay?
Ooh.
And I'm up against these two younger year girls who are going to do Dido White Flag. And I remember getting up on stage and being like, I'd already picked another Scissor Sisters song, yeah? And I remember looking at the screen and it said, very hard Scissor Sisters, easy Dido. Okay? So I did Scissor Sisters, fucking smashed it, and I got a fairly good score. And then they did Dido without just like it was like crap. Yeah, it was crap, but they fucking smashed it in the with it being easy. I fucking won it, and I was. Oh, that was when I started playing guitar because I was like, I don't want to sing anymore.
Brilliant. Well, a good job you do sing now, eh? There you go.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'm so surprised by that, and I'm hoping Dido, if you're listening, we're all still huge fans.
Yeah.
But Bobby hates you now.
Oh dear.
Stop about us
Brilliant.
two. About you put it on easy.
You're a great singer. This is not an easy category, all right?
Brilliant. There we go. Okay, I tell you what, we're going to jump into the last song. So here is Haze by A Few Too Many. Probably my favourite track, actually, I think. So here we go. Enjoy.
It's been a long few days.
So yeah, again, loving that track. As I said before, it's my favourite one of yours, I think. The gist I'm getting from the lyrics, I think, is, tell me if I'm probably completely wrong here, but it's kind of, you had a dream and it's kind of hazed over. You can't get to it, kind of thing. Am I completely wrong there?
The problem with us three answering this is, unfortunately, that Mitch wrote all of the lyrics, and Mitch is not here. So
Okay.
What is your interpretation as a band on the lyrics then?
that's a good question, Rob.
I guess it's a mixture of things. I mean, yeah, you are on the right lines about about dreaming and wanting to be in a better place. It's mainly just about wanting to be in a better place and dreaming about being there and like losing yourself in it. Really, like that's really what it's about. But it's kind of like a, it's kind of like a song for all emos and goths and punkos like ourselves.
Sounds good.
I think it's like a song. My interpretation is kind of it's a song for somebody to literally, as the lyrics say, like put on in their headphones and like dance along to or nod along to when they're feeling, they've had a shitty day. Like it's the best way to sort of deal with it.
I like it.
Expanding on this song, if the listeners haven't seen it already, and if you have seen it already, go see it again. Why not? Our music video for Haze was something that we did at the beginning of COVID, which was we asked our fans and friends to send over videos of what they've been doing in lockdown or sing along with the song, whatever they wanted to do. And we're going to raise money for charity and we're all just going to compile it into one thing and raise money for charity for the current situation we were in. And we expected, it was me and Jez that came up with the idea, and then we expected maybe like 20 submissions or something. And I was going to edit it, and we gave ourselves like 2 or 3 weeks to like get all the videos in, and then I was going to edit it over a weekend. And then what actually happened was we had way more videos than we ever thought. We had over 110 videos submitted.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which took about a week to edit.
I bet.
And yeah, it's done really well. Like, got some good rep, but also raised some money for charity.
Is it on YouTube?
Foundation and NHS.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah. Pop it up here. So next to Bobby, I think it will be. I don't know. It depends. So up there somewhere, it will be there. It'll be at the top. I'll put it in the description as well. But one of the cards on YouTube, I'll put it up so it can be seen. So there we go. So awesome.
My memory for that song was actually our original demo session for this. So Rob wasn't in the band at this time. We'd just played a show as a 4-piece, like for the first time ever. We were in between vocalists at the time, and we'd spent the night getting absolutely smashed. We woke up at what must have been about 8, 9 a.m. the next day, because I think the Rugby World Cup was on at the time. And just sat and watched the rugby, and then tried to demo this hungover.
Bit of a haze.
Yeah.
We were in a haze.
So haze and a haze.
With it.
Brilliant.
One morning.
Yeah,
so what you're trying to say to upcoming bands is get pissed, watch the Rugby World Cup, create a demo based on the Rugby World Cup and being in a haze hangover, and then it should work out absolutely fine. Cool. Right, we'll add that description into the bottom of our description.
Yeah.
Of course. Step 1, Rugby World Cup.
When you're hungover, there you go.
I can kind of see that Luke's thinking way. So think about like, what game was I watching?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wales versus Australia, and Wales won.
Yes, I know exactly the match.
There you go. Well, I tell you, talking about being drunk and saying random things. Me and a mate, we did this absolute shitty electronic couple of songs, and we called the name of the band "The Adventures of Stacey and Her Pogo Stick." We were absolutely trashed, and we came out with that name.
I mean, that sounds filthy, but
I know. But genius at the same time. Yeah, but we
mate, like pop punk is also about being rude and whatever. Like in my old band, we had a Christmas song that we forgot to release on Christmas anyway because we all blasted. But it was a rude Christmas song, and the lyrics was "Oh, how I would like to fuck you" for the chorus.
Okay.
I mean, fair enough. That doesn't really scream jingle bells to me,
No.
but hey, you know.
I mean, more like jingle balls, really.
Jingle balls, yeah.
I have to admit, we've gone past the Christmas episode, but one of the things I did mention on there is I'm not a huge fan of Christmas pop punk songs.
No.
I try and go anti-Christmas. I try and find something that just doesn't scream Christmas because I don't know why. I just hate the sound of festive bells and people doing pop punk over it. It just feels too cheesy and too cliche.
Yeah.
I found one which was A Day to Remember, which is the only one I kind of agreed with, which was I can't remember what it was now, but it had one feature of Christmas in it, and then the rest of it was a normal song, and I was like, that is what I need for Christmas. That is going in our Christmas playlist.
I don't think that they necessarily enjoy doing it specifically. I think it's just obviously once you write a Christmas song, it's like the cash cow, isn't it? So
True.
How
True.
dare you say that, Danny? Because your favorite band is All Time Low, and they have a Christmas song that I
yes,
know
they do, but that is the exception to the rule.
Didn't we play that live once?
Yes, we did. Yes. Merry Christmas, Kiss My Ass.
Oh,
Nice.
what a song! What a song that was.
I was trying to think which one it was. So yeah.
Yeah. It's always something like Merry Christmas or whatever, and I'm just like, oh, I can't be bothered. As soon as it mentions Christmas in the title,
Yeah.
I just lose interest a little bit. I have to admit,
Yeah.
but that's Christmas. That's Christmas songs for you, I guess.
I mean, haven't Newfound Glory like launched 20 or something?
Yeah.
So literally, they've got hundreds of them. It's like, where are they coming from?
Let's just do a Halloween song. Call it Spooky Wookie.
Yeah, spooky wicked.
Oh my gosh, I would absolutely dig that.
Only if you've got a picture of Chewbacca on the front for the Wookiee bit.
We're actually going to do that now.
Oh dear, just blood dripping from his... Oh dear,
And
please
now
do
you
it.
heard it here first on the Punkio podcast. A few too many are now going to be having a few too many and creating a Halloween song in February.
Oh dear, do it
Releasing it
now
on Valentine's
while it's on your
Day.
mind after this podcast. Do it now.
I thought they could just like if it gets played on like a radio station, and this is a few too many with Spooky Wookie.
Can you imagine? Oh, brilliant.
And now we've got Danny on for the interview. Danny, what do you think of Spooky Wookie? Just like, please don't ask me.
How did you come up with the track
I didn't write
Spooky
it.
Wookie?
Bobby wrote it. All of it.
Get the blame for this one,
Yeah.
mate.
The whole song is just like everyone just going, "Drrrr," and then just me just going, "Ah!" down the mic.
Spooky Wookie. Oh, brilliant.
That'd be the weirdest fucking track ever, and yet I still rate it over a Christmas pop punk song. Feel like,
Boys, you know what we gotta do.
Oh, dear. Who you gonna call? A few too many.
Meanwhile, at number 3 at Radio 1, it's a new entry by a band called A Few Too Many, and this here is Spooky Wookie. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this song. What about you, Tom? I'm just like, oh, fuck yeah!
Oh,
This is
dear.
the damn shit right now!
Brilliant.
You heard it
There
here
we go.
first, guys. You heard it
You
here
did.
first.
Yeah.
And last as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never again mentioned until it's launched. There we go.
We'll come
All
to
right,
one of your
Tom, you got any more
concerts.
questions?
I was going to say, just going to come to one of your concerts now holding a sign saying, can you guys play Spooky Wookie? And just like constantly making eye contact with all of you guys going, here,
Yeah.
mhm. Have
Yeah.
you? I mean, are you? Just going to look like the cross guy in the crowd being like so offended by these guys. They're not even playing their best track.
Which we've never heard.
What do you mean you've never heard of this track? No,
God.
It's a classic.
Yeah, I just want to say
like me
personally.
when I go into like a gig and I see someone with an acoustic guitar and I'm at the back just like screaming, "Play Wonderwall!"
That's actually what I do.
Yeah,
Some
definitely.
guy on the metal and deathcore group was like, "Hey guys, I'm taking requests to like play on my electric guitar." There's me coming in the back and go, "Play Wonderwall." Some guy whips out a bass and I'm like, "Play Wonderwall," and he's like, "No, I'm not going to play Wonderwall." And I'm like, "It's because you're a pussy, that's why."
No, I've had
Oh,
it before
dear.
where they've been like, "I'm not gonna fucking play Wonderwall. Shut up." And he
What-
carries on. I'm like, "Play Hallelujah."
Yeah, yeah. Or they go in a deathcore group, they're playing Wonderwall, like, "Oh, Wonderwall." There you go. How's that?
maybe. Gotta be the one
Brilliant.
that turns me.
Oh dear. There we go. Anyway, Tom, you got any more questions at all?
No, I just want to say personally, thank you ever so much, guys. I wish you all the best. And honestly, you guys have created some absolute bangers, and I'm really looking forward to the new stuff that's coming out. In particular, you know, that song that you guys are teasing earlier. The name slips my mind, and I'm so looking forward to being in a concert at Halloween to hear it. I will hold you to this.
Yes, we will. We will.
Don't
yeah,
worry.
this time in October, we'll start beginning of October. You're like, where's this track?
Yeah, we'll get an email. Where is it?
The rise and the fall of A Few Too Many. When did you think the peak was? When we went on this podcast and we started teasing a track that we would never deliver.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll stop there. So yeah, massive thanks for being on, guys. Really enjoyed having you on.
Thank you for having us. It's been really nice.
It's been
really
educational.
Nice,
Yes.
brightened our days definitely as well.
Good. Yeah. So stay safe, as well as safe as you can, and
Stay
hopefully
inside.
stay inside, stay at home. What is it? I can't remember the saying now. We've heard it millions of times.
Oh, I can't
Hide your
remember
kids,
either.
hide your wife from COVID.
Hide your wife. Yeah, there you go.
Space, hands, whatever.
Space.
2 meters.
Yeah.
2 meters. I think
Yeah.
that's it.
2 meters.
2 meters is
Go
a
to
great
work,
size for a phone.
But don't go to work.
That's it. Yeah.
I think the new slogan should be "Stay inside, or we up the tier."
Yeah.
Dude, he's just there with like a thermometer or like a digital switch. Like, you asked for it.
That's it.
Tier 17.
Stay inside or up the tier. I love it. Genius. There we go. All right, guys. Well, yeah, massive thanks again, and I can't wait for your new stuff. So there we go. Enjoy.
Cheers.
Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Punkio podcast. Remember, the views and opinions expressed in this show represents those of our guests and hosts alone. Tune in next week to find your new favourite punk band. Hit that subscribe button to never miss an episode.